Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday evening. Hope everyone's having an awesome day, awesome Good Friday. Hopes everyone for a great weekend, a great Easter weekend. Loving you guys doing in the comment section for Easter. But anyway, guys, bringing you to this video. This is about Secretary of State Mark Rubio said we might stop try to end the Russia-Ukraine war, because the Russia-Ukraine war has been going on since March of 2022. So we got a Russia-Ukraine ending war update. Mark Rubio says he might just give up on ending the Russia-Ukraine war, which I actually agree about his points and why we should end it. I still think the war should probably be over. It's a dumb war. It should never have happened. However, I get his point. I think this is definitely Joe Biden's Russia war. This is definitely a Joe Biden war. Joe Biden is the reason this war even happened. Trump was president. War never even happened. So this is Joe Biden's fault, absolutely. You know why this is Joe Biden's fault? Because Putin looked at Joe Biden and said, America's not a threat. I'm just going to go invade Ukraine. Of course, there's more implications. But Joe Biden is part of the reason that war started. It's mainly Biden and Putin. Zelensky is still bad, but he's not really the reason that war started. It's mainly Putin and Biden. But anyway, guys, I'm meant to read you United States Secretary of State Mark Rubio's exact words here and what he thinks will happen. I'm going to read you his exact words, what he said to a reporter. So let's get into it. I think it's important to remind everybody that the Ukraine war is a terrible thing, but it's not our war. We didn't start it. The United States has been helping Ukraine over the last 3 years, and we wanted it to end. But it's not our war. I want everybody to understand that. The reason why I make that point is that the president spent 87 days at the highest level of the government, repeatedly taking efforts to bring the war to an end. We are now reaching a point where we need to decide and determine whether this is even possible or not, which is why we're engaging both sides. As you know, Ambassador Wilkful has not one, not two, but 3 meetings with President Vladimir Putin, which, guys, you know who Putin is. He is the president of Russia. I think everyone knows that. Just want to make sure. To determine the Russia's perspective on this and understand what it would take for them to end it. General Kellen, myself, and others have repeatedly engagement with the Ukrainians. So we came here yesterday to be in talks about more specific outlines of what it might take to end the war. Try to figure out very soon. And I'm talking about a matter of days, not a matter of weeks. Whether or not this is a war can be ended. It can. We're prepared to do whatever we can to facilitate that or make sure it happens. That ends in a durable and just way. If it's not possible, if we're so far apart that it's going to happen, then I think the president is probably at a point where he's going to say, well, we're done. We'll do what we can on the migrants. We'll be ready to help whenever you're ready to have these talks. But we're not going to continue with abolits for weeks and months and end. We need to determine very quickly, and I'm talking about a matter of days, whether or not this is a double over the next weeks. If it is, we're in. It's not, then we have the other pretense to focus on as well. So that was Secretary of State Mark Rubio's exact words there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, more news I forgot to tell you about at the beginning of this video. President Trump said we're supposed to sign a minerals deal with Ukraine next week. So when that news comes out next Thursday, we're supposed to sign it Thursday. Remember, originally that deal was supposed to be signed a long time ago, back in February, but then the White House blow-up happened and it kind of fall apart. But no, it's coming back together, guys. We talked to Zelensky. We're about to sign a minerals deal this upcoming Thursday. So next week we'll give you some updates about what's happening there. But anyway, guys, that was Mark Rubio's exact words there. Secretary of State of the United States, if you don't know who he is, used to be the Florida senator, then got appointed to be the Secretary of State of the United States on the Trump cabinet. But that was his exact words. So he's not saying we're not going to try to end the war, but it's pretty much saying we might move on. So we'll just see what happens, everyone. That's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching. Happy Friday night. Happy Good Friday, as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.